So welcome to all of you Shiksha 360 basically, and today basically we will discuss MCQ discussion on chapter number 6 and chapter number 8. Clear? We will discuss 13 to 14 questions from chapter number 8 and 5 to 6 questions basically from chapter number 6. Clear? All the content already covered in the class. Go through the sessions properly before these types of MCQ discussions. Clear? So let's start our session. The first question. Bfm Mcq discussion. This is part 1, or we can say that set 1. Clear? Every week basically we will conduct these types of session. Clear? Or if any holiday comes, so basically we will conduct 2 sessions in a week. Clear? 2 sessions in a week. So let's start our discussion. The first question on your screen, obviously, which of the following? Clear? Basically, which of the following is an assumption? Clear? Basically, which of the following is an assumption on the returns distribution in Black-Scholes model? Clear? Basically, which of the following is an assumption on the returns distribution in Black-Scholes model? Clear? Basically, in Black-Scholes model. So the options are here is to be, first one is the normal, second one is the exponential, third one is the standard, and fourth one is the linear. Clear? Basically, fourth one is the linear. Please tell fast basically what is the answer here. Directly we have discussed this point in the class also, and all this point is also written in the PDF basically, which will be provided to you. Clear? So basically, which of the following is an assumption basically on the returns distribution in Black-Scholes model? Normal, exponential, standard, and linear. Clear? So the correct answer here is to be normal. Clear? The correct answer here is to be normal. Clear? The return basically assumption, that is basically normal. Return distribution in Black-Scholes model, that is normal. Clear? So this is our answer. Basically, you will find this one under the volatility. Clear? Under the volatility. So now move to the question number 2. Basically, risk pricing, very, very important. Is risk pricing implies the factoring of risk. Clear? Basically, risk pricing implies the factoring of risk into pricing. Clear? Risk pricing basically implies the factoring of risk into pricing through capital charge and loss probability. Second one is paid up capital and reserves. Third one here is to basically tier 1 capital and tier 2 capital. Fourth one here is to be all the above. Clear? Basically, all the above. So please tell fast what is the answer. This basically we have discussed under the risk pricing. Clear? Under the risk pricing. Clear? We have discussed that basically risk in banking transaction. Clear? Risk in the banking transaction basically impact banks in the 2 ways. Clear? So on the basis of that, basically we have to do the risk pricing basically implies the factoring of risk. Clear? How we can reduce into pricing basically through the capital charge and loss probability. Clear? Through the capital charge and loss probability. Clear? And one more question basically from this they will ask many times basically pricing. Wait few seconds, wait for few questions. Basically, we will discuss that question also. Clear? Later to that, we will add that question in detail. Clear? So basically, risk pricing basically implies the factoring of risk into pricing basically through the capital charge and loss probability. Clear? Basically through the capital charge and loss probability. Clear? And one is more basically pricing is a transaction based. Clear? Pricing is basically transaction based. Now move to the next question, question number 3. Quantitative measurement. Clear? Quantitative measurement of risk based on sensitivity. Clear? Basically, quantitative measurement of risk based on sensitivity is defined as quantitative measurement of risk basically based on sensitivity. It is defined as, clear, defined as, first one is basically standard deviation of time series of market parameter. Second one is basically change in target variables. Clear? Basically change in target variable due to unit change in the single market parameter. Third one is basically probability of loss occurrence. Fourth one is basically potential loss based on historical data of similar cases. Clear? Basically potential loss based on historical data on similar cases. Clear? So basically when we will discuss the sensitivity, basically we have discussed basically that is change in market value. Clear? Change in market value basically due to the 1% change in the interest rate. Clear? Change in market value. Clear? We can say that change in target variable basically due to the unit change in single market parameter. Clear? Due to the unit change in single market parameter. So option B is the answer. Clear? Basically option B is the answer. Clear? So basically what is the sensitivity? Basically we can say that sensitivity. Clear? Basically this is the definition of the sensitivity. Clear? Basically sensitivity basically captures deviation of a target variable. Clear? Basically deviation or change in the target variable basically due to a change in the unit change movement. Clear? In single market parameter. Clear? Due to a unit change in single market parameter. Clear? All these basically comes under the risk measurement. Clear? All these basically comes under the risk measurement. So basically quantitative measurement of risk basically can be classified into three categories. Clear? Quantitative measurement of risk basically this one classified under three categories. So what are the three categories here? You have to also know that basically they will ask these types of question also. Basically based on sensitivity. First one is the based on sensitivity. Second one is basically based on the volatility. Third one is basically based on the downside potential. Clear? Based on downside potential. Clear to all of you these questions? Please tell fast. All these questions are clear to all of you? Clear? In the examination also clear, they will ask these types of questions. Clear? Basically we will expect. Clear? These are straightforward questions, but we have to know. Clear? But we have to understand the concept. Clear? Or we have to revise all the points at least 2 to 3 times. Only after that basically we are able to understand. Clear? Very easy question if we are remembering all the points. Clear? Now move to the question number 4. This point basically we have to tell basically under the basically which we will discuss, that is risk pricing. Clear? Risk pricing. So basically the pricing of risk. Clear? The pricing of risk basically must take into account the following. Clear? The pricing of risk basically must take into account the following. So basically what they will take into account. Clear? The pricing of risk. Clear? So basically there are 5 things basically which they will account. First one is the cost of deployable funds. Clear? First one is the cost of deployable fund. This one is correct. Second one is the operating expenses. This one is also correct. Third one is the loss probabilities. This one is also correct. Fourth one is the capital charge. This one is also correct. Fifth one is the market run. No, this one is wrong. Clear? This one is wrong. So basically in the place of market run. Clear? Basically what they will take into account basically under the in the place of market run basically what they will account? Profit margin or return or net worth. Clear? Basically what they will take into account, that is either profit margin or return or net worth. Clear? Or net worth. Clear? So basically first 4 are correct one. So basically we consider 1 to 4. This one is not, this one is not, this one is not. So option number D is the answer. Clear? Option number D is the answer. Clear? Now move to the next question, question number 5th. So basically, as we have already discussed a little bit regarding that, basically some risk. Clear? Some risk in banks, banking business. Clear? Some risks basically in the banking business are managed at transaction level. Clear? Basically some risks in the banking business basically are managed at the transaction level, while others basically at aggregate level. Clear? Basically while others basically at aggregate level. Clear? So which of the following is managed at aggregate level? Clear? Basically out of the all given, basically which of the following is managed at the aggregate level? Clear? So basically first one is the credit risk, second one is the market risk, third one is the operational risk, fourth one is the liquidity risk. Clear? Basically which of the following risk is managed at the aggregate level? Clear? Aggregate level. Clear? The correct answer is to be the liquidity risk. Clear? Liquidity risk is to be managed at the aggregate level. Clear? Aggregate level. Clear? And other are basically with respect to the transaction level basically, but the liquidity risk is to be managed at the aggregate level. Now after that, clear? Now after question number 5th, basically we will discuss a numerical based question. Clear? We will expect that question also in the examination. Clear? So basically under that, basically we have to discuss only one formula. Clear? In this basically we have discussed one formula, that is volatility. Clear? That is volatility. So can anyone tell basically what is the formula of the volatility? basically volatility over a time horizon. Clear? Volatility over a time horizon. Clear? Basically this is the formula present in the book, that is T. How we can calculate that one is equal to daily volatility into square root of time. Clear? Daily volatility into the square root of time. Clear? Volatility over time horizon. Clear? Like we can say that if they are saying that basically we have to calculate the volatility of 25 days. Clear? And they have given the daily volatility. Clear? So basically we have to under root 25 into multiply by daily volatility. Clear? So basically we have to find the volatility over a time horizon. Clear? Volatility over a time horizon. Clear? And I must want basically all of you basically must give the answer. Clear? All of you basically must give the answer. So the question on your screens. Clear? The question, 6th question on your screen now. Basically daily volatility. Clear? The daily volatility of a stock is given here. Clear? The daily volatility of a stock is given here. That is 0.5%. Clear? Daily volatility of the stock is 0.5%. What is its 10-day volatility? Clear? Basically what we have to find out. Basically what is its 10-day volatility? Clear? So basically we have to find a volatility over a time horizon. Clear? Volatility over a time horizon. So how we can find that? Basically daily volatility square root of time. Clear? Daily volatility into the square root of time. So daily volatility here is to be basically 0.5% into square root of basically root 10. So when we are going to solve this one, clear? When we are going to solve this one, basically what we will get here? What we will get here basically 0.5% into 10. We will get here basically 1.58%. Clear? Basically we will get 1.58%. Clear? The correct answer is to basically 1.58%. So option number C is the answer. Please tell fast. This question is clear to all of you or not? Many times they will ask these types of question in the examination. Clear? Basically while twisting little bit the statement, but they will ask these types of question in the examination. So please tell fast. This question is clear to all of you or not? So if this question is clear to all of you, then I request to all of you, please give the answer of the next question. Clear? If this question is clear to all of you, then I request to all of you, please give the answer of the next question, basically, which will be provided to you. Question number 7. If the daily volatility, clear? Basically, if the daily volatility of the stock is 1%, then what would be its quarterly volatility? Clear? Then what would be its quarterly volatility? So please tell fast what is the answer. So please tell fast basically what is the answer of this question. If the daily volatility, clear? Daily volatility of a stock is 1%, then what would be its quarterly volatility? Quarterly basically we have assumed 90 days. Clear? So volatility over 90 days. Clear? Volatility over 90 days. So basically daily volatility into square root of 90. So it comes out to basically 1 into square root of 90. So basically it comes out to basically 9.486%. Basically we can say that approximately 9.49%. Clear? 9.49%. So this is the answer. Clear? This one is the answer here. Clear? So you have to practice also. Clear? You have to practice also these types of questions and write these formulas. Clear? Write this formula side by side. Clear? Take, or we can say that basically take or purchase one notebook. In that basically we can say that you have to write formulas. Clear? So that basically at the time of examination you can revise. Clear? That this type of question and basically how we have to implement the formula on that. Clear? How we have to implement the formula on that. Now move to one more question on similar concept. So I request all of you, please try to solve this question also. Clear? So the monthly variance, clear? The monthly variance of a portfolio is rupees 12 crore. Clear? They have given that the monthly variance of a portfolio is rupees 12 crore. Clear? Calculate the variance. Sorry, this is not variance. Basically the monthly value at risk, not variance. The monthly value at risk of a portfolio is rupees 12 crore. Calculate the value at risk basically for a 4 days horizon. Clear? Calculate the value at risk basically for a 4 days horizon, basically assuming 25 working days in a month. Clear? So basically here they have given monthly value at risk. Clear? Monthly value at risk basically of a portfolio is 12 crore. Clear? I think here this is the formula basically we have to implement here also. Clear. The monthly value at risk, clear, of a portfolio is rupees 12 crore. Clear. I think basically I have said in the previous question that is basically variance. So it is not variance, it is value at risk. Clear. So please check out with that. Clear. So the monthly value at risk of a portfolio is a 12 crore. Clear. So write it here 12 crore. Daily volatility, basically we have to find it, and assuming basically 25 working days in a month. So basically put it at 25. So what is the daily volatility? Clear. So basically here we find out daily volatility. So 12 upon 5 is equal to daily volatility. Clear. So daily volatility comes out to be 2.4%. Clear. Daily volatility, we can not 2.4%, it is basically 2.4 crore. Clear. It is 2.4 crore. Clear. Because here we have crore. Clear. So the daily volatility is to be 2.4 crore. Clear. And how basically what is the calculate the value at risk? Clear. Basically calculate the value at risk. Basically a 4 days horizon. Clear. A 4 days horizon. So basically 4 days. So basically daily volatility into time, square root of time. So 2.4 into 2. It comes out to basically 4.8 crore. Clear. It comes out to basically 4.8 crore. So this one is the answer here. Clear. So this one is the answer. Clear. So basically sometimes they will ask this type of question also. Clear. Little bit twisted, but not that much typical. Clear. Basically what you have to do in that question, basically just put the formula. Clear. Just put the formula and try to solve the question. Clear. Just put the basic formula and try to solve the question. Hope this question is clear to all of you also. If you have any doubt, any query regarding this concept, please ask. We have discussed 3 questions. And all the questions are basically a little bit different type. Clear. With respect to the previous question. Clear. Hope all it clears to all of you. Clear. Now move to the next question. Question number 10. Sorry, question number 9. So I request all of you, please participate in this question. Basically risk reduction. Clear. Basically how we can risk reduce? Basically risk reduction is achieved by the adoption of strategies. Clear. Basically risk reduction is achieved basically by the adoption of strategies which eliminate, clear, basically which eliminate the uncertainties associated. Clear. Which eliminates basically the uncertainties associated with the risk element. Clear. Which eliminates the uncertainties basically associated with the risk element. Clear. So what this process called? Clear. Basically what this process called? Clear. That is basically when we are eliminating. Clear. When we are eliminating and risk is reduced. Clear. Basically we adopt that type of strategy basically which eliminates the uncertainties. Clear. Basically due to which basically we will face the risk. Clear. Basically due to which basically we will face the risk. So that is risk quantification, risk mitigation, risk control, or risk identification. Clear. Basically from the name also, that is basically we are reducing the risk. Clear. Basically we are reducing the risk. That is basically we are reducing the risk, that is comes under basically risk mitigation. Clear. That is basically we are reducing the risk. Clear. So option B is the answer here. Clear. Option B is the answer here. And one more question here basically from this point, basically risk mitigation. Clear. Like bank will use different types of basically ways for reducing the risk. Clear. Like for mitigating or reducing, basically forex risks. Clear. Basically for mitigating or reducing forex risks. Clear. What bank will use? Clear. This question basically we have to also discuss in the upcoming slides. Clear. For mitigating forex risks. Clear. Basically what bank will use? Basically bank will use forex forward contracts. Clear. Bank will use basically forex forward contracts or forex options or futures. Clear. This way basically we have to remember, or we have to understand basically what type of question they will ask. Clear. We have to know all these things. Clear. Or similarly we can say that like for mitigating or reducing interest rate risk. Clear. For mitigating or reducing interest rate risk, what bank will use? Basically use interest rate swaps. Clear. Basically use interest rate swaps, which we have to discuss in detail under the module C. Interest rate swap, forward rate agreements. Clear. So this type of question they will also ask in the examination. Clear. So now move to the next question. Hope this question is clear to all of you. So wait 1 minute. Basically, we will discuss that question which I have now. This one question, question number 12. Clear? The techniques to mitigate. Clear? The techniques to mitigate basically different types of risk. Clear? The techniques to basically mitigate or reduce different types of risk. Clear? So basically here what they are telling, basically here are asking basically find out the incorrect one. Clear? Find out the incorrect one. Clear? So basically first of all, as basically we have discussed, now basically for reducing or mitigating interest rate risk. Clear? Third point basically we will discuss first of all. This next question is 10. Basically what I will relate this question. Question number 12. Clear? That's why I will discuss here. So the techniques to mitigate different types of risk. Clear? Basically select the incorrect one. Clear? Basically we have to find out which of the following is the incorrect one. Clear? Basically presently we have discussed regarding this one and this one. Clear? First of all, basically we will discuss, read both this point. Basically for mitigating or reducing the interest rate risk, bank use forward contracts. This one is correct or not? Forward contracts, forex options or futures. Clear? Forex options or futures. Clear? Basically this one not used in the interest rate risk. Basically this will used in the forex risk. Clear? Basically this technique will used in the forex risk. Clear? So this one is incorrect. Clear? This one is the incorrect here. So C is clear. So either option number A is the answer, either option number B is the answer. Clear? Because in the C option they have not mentioned this one. So this is not the answer. Now basically we will move toward the option number B. Clear? That we will move toward the point B. Clear? So basically meeting forex risk business. Clear? Basically for mitigating forex risk business, banks use interest rate swaps, forward rate agreements or financial future. This one is also wrong. Clear? Because they will write interest rate risk here, forex risk here. Clear? Basically for getting correct one. Clear? So basically both are wrong. Clear? B is also wrong, C is also wrong. Clear? So basically either this one is the answer or this one is the answer. Clear? But rest depends upon A or D. Clear? Whether they are correct or not. Clear? Basically whether they are correct or not. Clear? So basically now for mitigating credit risk. Clear? For mitigating or reducing basically credit risk, basically what bank will use? Basically bank might credit derivatives. Clear? Basically bank may buy credit derivatives to offset various forms of credit risk. Clear? To offset various forms of credit risk. Clear? So here this one is correct one. Clear? So option number A is not the answer because this one is correct one. Last one basically for mitigating equity price risk. Clear? Basically for mitigating equity price risk, basically what bank will use? Basically equity futures or options. Clear? Equity futures or options. Clear? So D1 is also correct. Clear? Basically D1 is also correct. So this one is also not the answer. Clear? So basically we will move towards the option number D, that is none of the above. Clear? So basically here will we move toward the option number D, that is none of the above. Clear? Because then sometimes this type of question asked in the examination, please be calm and try to solve the question point by point. Clear? Try to solve the question point by point or to eliminate the option. Clear? To eliminate the option, like in this question basically how I will do. Clear? How I will do. Clear? So basically you can move towards the answer very easily. Clear? Initially basically we will eliminate option numbers this one because we know that C is not correct one. Clear? And after that basically we will discuss other point by point. Clear? So please tell fast. This question is clear to all of you, basically how to solve these types of questions or how to understand. Now move towards the back question number 10. Clear? So the objective of a portfolio. Clear? The objective of a portfolio basically is to reduce dash by diversification. Clear? The objective of the portfolio, like you are taking the shares. Clear? So basically you are taking, we can say that the shares basically of one company, or we can say that of 10 companies. Clear? Basically why you will take the shares of the 10 company in place of one company? What is the reason behind it? Basically to reduce the risk. Clear? Basically to reduce the risk. Clear? So the objective of a portfolio basically is to reduce return. No, basically we have to enhance our return. Clear? Basically we have to enhance our return, not to reduce. Clear? So this is not the answer. Clear? So basically to reduce the risk. Clear? By diversification. Clear? The objective of a portfolio basically is to reduce the risk. Basically how? By diversification. Clear? Is to reduce the risk. Basically how? By diversification. Clear to all of you this question? Now move towards the question number 11, and I request to all of you please solve that question. That is question based on the volatility. Clear? That question is also based on the volatility. Clear? So here basically what they have given, that if the daily volatility, clear, if the daily volatility of the stock is 0.36%, then what is its 10-day volatility? Clear? Then what is its 10-day volatility? Clear? So basically here we have to find that the volatility daily volatility into square root of 10, clear, into square root of 10, clear. So here basically 0.36 into square root of 10, clear. So basically one thing basically we will know that basically here we will get the value greater than 9, clear, value greater than 9. This is not the answer, this is not the answer, clear. So this is 0.6 and this is also greater than 3, clear. So answer basically little bit above the 1, clear. Answer basically little bit above 1, clear. So what is the answer here? Comes out to basically 1.15, clear. Answer here comes out to basically 1.15, clear. So this is the answer. Hope this question is also clear to all of you. Now move to the question number 13, clear. Now move to the question number 13, clear. So the management of risk. Management of risk basically comprises of, clear. The management of risk basically comprises of, clear. So basically what it comprises of, basically management of risk. First one is the risk identification, basically. Second one is the management pricing. Third one is monitoring. Fourth one is mitigation and control. Second one is basically risk monitoring. Third one is the risk mitigation. D option is none of this, clear. D option is none of this. So please tell fast what is the answer, clear. Basically risk management of risk, clear. Basically how we can manage the risk. Basically first of all we have to identify the risk, and after that basically we have to measure, then pricing, then monitoring, and last one here basically we have to do mitigation and control, clear. How we have to reduce or control that risk, basically how we have to reduce or control that risk, clear. So basically we have to do all these steps, clear. So basically option number A is the answer. That is management of risk, clear. That is the management of risk basically comprises of the risk identification, measurement, pricing, monitoring, mitigation and control, clear. So this one is the answer. Now move to the next question. Question number 14. So basically which of the following responsibilities, clear. Basically which of the following responsibilities are performed by the risk management committee, clear. Basically which of the following responsibilities are to be performed by the risk management committee, clear. So one question I will left for you basically for the practice purpose, clear. So you have to go through this question and please tell the answer basically in the comment section. Basically what is the correct answer of this question, clear. Basically what is the correct answer of this question, clear. All these questions, clear. Basically what we have discussed, you know, basically all these questions basically belong to the chapter number 8, clear. Belong to the chapter number 8, clear. Now basically we will discuss one or two questions basically on the chapter number 6, clear. On the chapter number 6, clear. In the next session basically we will discuss question on chapter number 6 also, clear. So basically in 1957, clear. Basically in 1957 basically the government of India, clear. In 1957 basically the government of India established ERIC, clear. That is basically Exports Risk Insurance Corporation, to provide credit risk insurance, clear. Basically for what they have established, basically to provide credit risk insurance to whom, clear. Basically to provide credit risk insurance basically to whom? To exporters, basically which was then performed, clear, to Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, clear. So basically under that basically small exporter policy, clear. Basically under that there are different policies that to be issued by them, clear. There are different policies that to be issued by them. So under that basically they have mentioned one policy, that is small exporter policy, clear. That is a small exporter policy is issued basically for a period of 12 months, clear. That is small exporter policy basically is issued for a period of 12 months, clear. And its coverage is, clear. Basically, and what is its coverage, clear. And its coverage is basically dash where the loss is due to commercial risk, clear. Basically where the loss is due to commercial risk, clear. So first one is 90%, second one is 95%, third one is 100%, fourth one is none of the above, clear. Basically none of the above, clear. We have already discussed, clear. Basically when there is where the loss is basically due to the commercial risk, clear. Basically where the loss is due to the commercial risk, so basically how much they will give the coverage, clear. Basically how much they will coverage here, basically that is 95%, clear. In that case basically they will coverage up to the 95%, clear. In that case basically they will give the coverage up to 95%, clear. So basically now move to the last question of this discussion, and the rest question basically we will discuss in the next session. So basically question number 16 here basically that is the risk that the seller faces, clear. Basically this question is basically from the part 1, clear. Part 1 of chapter number 6, clear. Basically initial first day basically we have discussed this point, clear. The risk basically that the seller faces, basically seller faces with what type of risk, clear. The risk basically that the seller faces relating to the non-acceptability, clear, basically relating to the non-acceptability or non-payment or quality acceptance, etc. Clear, is called, basically it is called, clear, basically that the seller faces, clear, basically seller is selling and something, but the buyer is not accepting, clear, that the buyer is not accepting or not giving the payment, or the buyer says that the quality is not up to the mark, clear, quality is not up to the mark, clear. So that risk, it is basically known as, in this case, that risk is, it is basically known as buyer risk, seller risk, shipping risk, or credit risk, clear. So that risk, it is basically known as the buyer risk, clear. So basically the risk that the seller faces, clear, the risk that the seller faces, it is known as the buyer risk, and the risk that the buyer faces is known as the seller risk, clear, is known as the seller risk, clear. And what is shipping risk is basically due to the other intermediaries, clear, due to the other intermediaries. The correct answer here is to be this one, due to the other intermediaries, like shipping companies, clear, like shipping companies, or we can say that handling agents, clear, like shipping companies, or second one is handling agents, or port authorities, clear, all these comes under the shipping risk, clear, all these things basically comes under the shipping risk, clear. And basically credit risk, it is basically comes under the other risk, like credit risk, legal risk, country or political risk, operational risk, exchange risk, clear, basically all these things comes under the other risk, clear, all these things basically comes under the other risk, clear. So basically in this session, basically we have to discuss up to this much point. Hope this question is clear to all of you, clear, basically what we have discussed till now, hope this is clear to all of you, clear. So I request all of you, please go through the concepts once again, and if you have any doubt, any query, then you can ask, clear. Basically in the next session, basically we will discuss the question of chapter number 6 and chapter number 7, clear. So you have to continuously revise all the points, clear, and try to solve this question number, sorry, one question basically I have left for you, question number 14, clear. Try to solve this question and comment the answer, clear, what is the correct answer of this question, clear. So basically hope it is clear to all of you, and try to do practice, clear, because only practice help you, clear, only practice is the thing basically that help you to achieve your target, clear, that is target is basically clearing the cap, clear. Practice is the only way, clear, practice and revision, clear. Do maximum to maximum practice of questions and revise, clear, and revise all the points at least 2 to 3 times, so that you are able to remember, clear, so that you are able to remember, clear. So thanks to all of you for watching this video.